there, I'm Jules. Nice to see you. The word of the day today is mall. Like a place that is kind of dying out now, but in California they're thriving, at least. A place where you go shopping, a mall. Not a dead mall. Maybe a dead mall. If you'd like to know why mall is the word of the day, watch my next video and then read the description to find out. Hey babes, we're playing the 7 Districts of Sin. The tail makes the fox again. We're just gonna keep going because I'm kind of left it at a cliffhanger, I guess, because we don't know why I'm gonna end up staying or if I end up staying. And I'm interested. I hate to say it. I'm interested. So, let's see. I think it's this one. Okay. New days don't always bring new beginnings. Usually, they just bring the same old shh. But not today. Today is going to be a game changer, and Jules is finally going to get what's coming to her. No more sneaking around, no more Kumanoito Palace, and most importantly, no more death threats. For now, that is. With her belongings all packed, Jules tries to sneak out undetected. I can't let anyone see my report before I can...
Fox?
Eep! Anzu's voice booms from atop of the stairs, scaring the soul out of the fox.
I thought I smelled deceit in the air. Where are you sneaking off to?
The governess walks down the stairs with Kali close behind. Jules gets the strangest feeling of deja vu as the woman stalks toward her with the same disapproving scowl as she had on Jules' first day in the palace. The feeling is swept away the moment the silver-haired girl looks up. Unlike their first meeting, however, the small girl isn't scowling. She looks curiously at the fox and then back to her mistress, wondering who will break the tense silence first.
Well?
The blonde holds her belongings close to her chest, hearing her report crumple against her parcel of clothes.
It looks like she's leaving.
Is that correct, Fox?
Yes, I managed to finish my work ahead of schedule. As promised, I won't linger. I will be leaving now.
Before breakfast?
Yes, my apologies, but I must return to the most audacious one as soon as I can.
If you leave hungry, Lucy might think I purposely starved you into submission. Do you truly wish to drag my name through the dirt so cruelly?
We cannot allow that.
Then we have all reached an agreement.
And by all, Anzu means everyone except Jules, who hasn't agreed to anything, because she was never directly asked anyway.
We shall have one final meal together.
The governess leads the way to the dining room. The fox waits for a moment, thinking she might be able to make a run for it while the governess isn't looking. I'll eat with them.
Let's go.
Jules looks behind herself to find Kali. The girl waits patiently for her to begin walking, and though she is smiling, there isn't a trace of a readable emotion on her face. Her smile feels fake, and her eyes look dead. Although she's no longer hostile towards the auditor, they're still far from being friends. Jules does as she's told and walks into the dining room with Kali close behind her. Celios and Anzu stand by the table, a long list stretched down between them, the end of it running the length of the succubus's whole body. The parchment, however, suddenly disappears after the governess stamps her seal onto it, and food slowly begins to appear on the table, one dish at a time. Kali and Jules take their seats just as the last few dishes appear. The fox's shock isn't missed by a single person.
Now I'm certain they don't feed you up there. I've never seen someone so amazed at catered food before.
Catered? By whom?
The Ghost Catering Company. They've made quite a name for themselves in the last century. Though they have Governess Anzu to thank for that.
I like their subtlety. I don't have to see or hear them. I simply get to eat the spoils of their labor.
She's been using their services since they were first established. And now, there's not a single noble in Kumanoito who doesn't outsource their catering to them. It's why this district is what it is today. Governess Anzu's first action as an official was to invest in small businesses, especially those traditionally thought untouchable.
With the mistress's approval, there's no need to worry about prejudice. Others have always strived to emulate her cunning eye for opportunity, but have all failed.
Something seems fishy.
Celios, Kali, enough. We shouldn't be talking about me. I am not the one who has tried to sneak off like a common thief. We should be focusing on them instead, should we not?
Sneak off? About to leave? So soon?
Celios gives the girl a look that says it all. He's hurt.
And she wasn't even going to say goodbye to any of us. How very rude.
Jules doesn't eat very much. When the time comes to go, everyone walks her to the entrance. With one final look over her shoulder, the doors to Kumanoito Palace close on Jules one last time. She steps out into the courtyard, where an incantation waits to take her home. Since the last time Lord Lucifer tried to deal with a complaint, they haven't had nearly as much peace as they thought they would. More specifically, their actions have had a serious domino effect, and now they're surrounded by even more irritating pests.
The 3rd District has been without a governor for 3 days. 3 days! The Murcielago residents will steal the very shirts off our backs if they're not controlled.
Who gives a flying bat's ass about the 3rd District? We haven't had contact with the 7th for an entire month. We don't even know if their governor is still alive. And now look at them. I told you that a revolt like theirs wasn't something to be taken lightly.
Revolts happen, get over it. What's really troubling is that the 5th District still has that pig as a governor. Someone who makes so little effort with their personal hygiene can certainly not be trusted.
Just like someone who wears a mask, I suppose. Who even approved such a ludicrous law?
I did! Well, that explains everything.
You and the rest of Phantasma need to be exposed, and I'm not speaking figuratively.
Can we at least try to focus on the big issue here? Bigger than gluttons? I cannot believe that such a problem exists. But there is. The 2nd District.
At the mention of the 2nd District, the room goes quiet, and the advisors shake their heads. It's unspeakable, the things that go on in Fuswang. So unspeakable, even, that a bunch of yapping advisors, whose only job are to voice their overbearing anxieties, dare not speak about it for longer than necessary. They all look to Lucifer, but the Overlord hasn't said a word since their meeting began, and it is clear why. The ruler sits on their throne, donning a pair of large headphones and an annoyed expression. The sounds of screams and terror, volume 666, hasn't improved their mood one bit. Not when all of their time is dominated by meetings like this. Love it.
My Overlord, your input would be far more useful than anything we could say.
But Lucifer doesn't say anything. They simply watch the advisor's lips flap, and in their mind, they imagine what they might be saying.
Please, won't you crush my skull? No, me. I've decided that a green pea suit is in fact more of an abomination than Satan himself.
Lucifer mimics them all in a high, screeching voice.
No, I thought you liked green.
No! Boom!
A shot flies past the 3rd advisor's ear and misses, sadly.
Try again, my overlord. This time I'll stay very, very still.
Lucifer aims through one eye, and though the advisor is still moving, they're certain the next shot won't miss. But then the Overlord notices 2 ears twitching just behind one of the vase stands. The devil lowers their smoking finger pistol from the advisor's head and pulls off their headphones.
Finally, a way to escape from this hellish meeting. Fox!
The audience of advisors, counselors, and strategists all fan out and let Jules walk towards the front of the room.
You may all leave now.
But...
Out!
The door slams open and the audience shuffles away, gunshot noise. Finally, the entrance shuts, locking the auditor into the deadly quiet throne room with Lucifer. Dreams really do come true.
What do you have for me? Whatever your name is.
Rat out Anzu, lie about Anzu's guilt. I don't know Anzu anything. Of course, O great and evil one of the most wicked existence.
Oh, how I've missed that. No one knows how to address me the way you do.
Jules, great overlord of all that shines in the darkness.
Yes, that was it. I'll remember that name. If what you have proves to be useful, that is.
I've discovered that things are exactly as the 3rd District suspected. Anzu has been altering her soul counts and investing the surplus into the ghost towns of her district. These alterations don't seem like they'd be possible with wrathful souls alone. And from her own documents, I believe I have evidence that she's been stealing other types of souls.
Bring it here.
The auditor approaches Lucifer. Waves of energy emit from the Overlord, and the closer Jules walks to them, the harder it is to keep her head up and her legs from collapsing. Before she crashes to the ground, Lucifer takes the folder containing the report and the document she stole from Anzu's bedroom. Jules listens to the sound of the flipping paper and slowly crawls backwards. Once far enough away from the Overlord, she's able to stand once more. She looks on with an expectant smile at her master.
Is this all?
What do you mean? Those documents are...
I'll take that as a yes.
They sigh heavily and toss the report and documents to the side. The sheets fall from the folder and scatter across the ground. The same documents that Jules had risked everything for.
If that's all, then you can leave and return to your normal tasks, Fox.
What will you do about Governess Anzu? The ruler shrugs while pulling their headphones back on.
She's no longer your concern. And thanks to this report, she's no longer mine either.
Lucifer waves their hand in Jules' direction and flings the fox across the room. Just before the girl hits the doors, they swing open, expelling her from the throne room. Gunshot. The doors shut on her face, leaving her hunched over and sore, tearing up in the hallway where everyone can see her. To say this meeting has been anticlimactic would be an understatement, and to say that Jules walks away from it with her tails between her legs isn't a figurative saying at all. It looks like the girl isn't nearly as valued here as she thought she was. Yes, Lilum is her default name. It would have been weird if we put you or something like that. It's a wonder this girl hasn't died yet in a horrific accident. Okay. Soon, Jules will know the greatest pleasure of returning home, opening the door and being hit by a sudden feeling of emptiness. Never will her two-room apartment ever feel more inadequate or lonely than in those first few moments of returning home. Unfortunately, Jules will be spared this glorious moment of revelation, because as the girl approaches her apartment complex, a familiar figure will prevent her from ever having to feel that glorious moment of awakening and regret. A figure she recognizes instantly with a simple glance. Her whole heart fills with a joy she doesn't know how to contain. With tears in her eyes, she runs as fast as her legs can carry her. She continues towards them, and... What? As if from nowhere, a grand piano falls from the sky, killing her instantly. This is no accident. It's a punishment from the gods of coincidence and thin plot lines. Jules did not take heed of the narrator's guidance, therefore she must be flattened into a caricature of herself. Narrator's guidance? Her final curtain call will be a pathetic, overplayed, comical ending, which is still far more than the little laws of the universe rejecter deserves.
What was that?
As for the figure, they simply stare at the broken piano and walk away, never to know that their very own special Gumaho, Jules, is lying dead beneath its remnants. And you will never know who they are. Thanks to Jules' inability to play out her story correctly, they will forever remain a mystery. Good day to you. What? Hold on. What kind of stupid ending was that? Are you serious? What? Okay. No. Hold on.
I thought... Well...
Okay, I'm gonna skip. Auto. Skip. Okay. Eat with them.
Let's go.
Skip. Lie. Let's see if this makes a difference. Jules. It's Jules.
Doesn't matter. Now, tell me what you found out.
The auditor holds on to her bundles of clothes and hears the crinkle of her report inside. For a moment, she thinks of everyone from Kumanoito Palace. But that's not what turns her. She looks up at her dear Lord Lucifer and their bored expression and sees something she's never noticed before. Incompetence. Nothing.
What was that?
I think the allegations are false.
Hey, I didn't ask what you thought. I asked you to find evidence.
I did. I found some evidence.
And?
It was nothing out of the ordinary. They had a good quarter, and I suspect that fact has bred some jealousy. That's all. The Overlord relaxes back onto their throne and stares off into the distance.
Ugh.
I can show you their intakes. It'll prove that there isn't anything irregular. But I might have to return to get them, perhaps, and then...
What? No, forget it. I don't care anymore.
The auditor stands before their ruler for a long time, before they finally put back on their headphones. Jules starts to slowly back out of the room. She doesn't know if her lies are convincing, but she is starting to realize that Lucifer is the kind of ruler who is far too negligent to care. It's a truth that's harder to swallow than any oversized lie. Okay, so when is girl's night? Or has she? Alright. We already read that. Is this gonna happen again? Okay. stupid.
What was that?
Okay, does it make a difference if I make a run for it? Knowing no good can come of loitering around this palace, around this place a second longer, Jules makes a run for it.
Fox!
She runs through the courtyard, looking over her shoulder at the governess's furious expression.
Miss?
Celios appears in front of the girl. She's fast, but can't simply stop on a dime, forcing her to leapfrog over the vampire, making a clean break for the gate. The vampire pretends he hasn't seen what he knows he's just seen, but at least he now knows that Gaki was right about her white panties. The pale man holds his hand over his mouth, trying to hide either his look of embarrassment or indigestion. It's hard to tell which it actually is. The fox girl keeps on running, not stopping until she's far, far away from the palace. She'll need time to start the incantation home, and can't possibly risk getting caught before then.
Oh, just the person I... Hey!
Gaki appears from a side road in the town, running almost as fast as the Suno Gumiho is. For once, he's able to overtake her. He runs backwards and stops in front of her so they can walk and talk. Well, run, actually, but it's pretty much the same thing.
Fancy meeting you here.
Out of my way, Gaki.
Ha! Not unless you can...
But Jules doesn't have to do anything. As the boy runs, his eyes are too occupied by staring at the girl's slightly bouncing bosom that he doesn't notice the line of trash cans behind him. I'm sorry. Not sorry enough to stop, however. Gaki picks himself up and out of the trash. His look of perplexed irritation, mixed with a mild case of constipation, breaks Jules' heart. I just knew the food around here wasn't any good for you. Now far away and dripping with sweat, the girl starts the travel incantation. A black vortex appears out of thin air just as everyone catches up with her. Anzu, Celios, Kali, and Gaki stare on as the fox girl walks straight into the black void.
Fox! Think about what you're doing!
But there's nothing to think about. The Auditor is a prized member of the main Hell government, and she's going to prove that fact to Lucifer today. Nothing is going to stop that.
Revolts happen, gets...
Oh, now I have to rat out Anzu. Okay.
What was that?
Okay, so literally nothing I do makes a difference. That's super cool. Okay, well, that didn't make a difference when I go see Celios. Try to open the door. Girly Chow grabs the handle, expects for the worst, getting the best. Okay. Can I choose not to take the files? The air feels cold and stale, like it hasn't been disturbed. It's great to see life reward those who do the rational thing and don't overreact. Hopefully Jules will experience many more of these events and curb her own irrational nature. Okay. She's looking for the thing. Nothing. Okay, is this it? It's a folder. Why would she hide this? Okay. I don't want to take the folder, though. Do I have to take the folder? Yeah, I do, I guess.
Fox?
I don't know what difference. I don't know. Go into town, sure. It isn't often that the Auditor gets to travel around the other districts. As far as she knows, very few people do. There's just too much red tape to go through. The furthest away from the palace she goes, the less luxurious everything around her slowly becomes. There are old houses that hunch over like old women and large cobwebs that stretch unnaturally between the buildings. The older the buildings become, the quieter everything around her is, and the only sound left is the tapping of Jules' shoes.
Cutie!
And that voice.
I knew it was you!
Now, silence is to be a thing of the past. Gaki chases after the girl, waving his hand high in the air as if it's somehow otherwise difficult to see the only other person on the street running towards her like a child after an ice cream truck. Run and hide. We don't like Gaki. No, not him! Jules carries on walking ahead, but the sound of Gaki calling her name is getting louder by the second. She's seen him and he's seen her. That doesn't mean she can't run.
Hey! Wait up!
The girl's shoes hit hard against the pavement, but all those years of running errands are finally paying off as she manages to put some distance between them. She skids around the first corner she sees, hoping to double around. To her luck, though, she runs straight into a fenced-off alley. Damn it. She looks back, but she's too far down already. Going back would risk her running right into Gaki. What can I do now? The sound of the kitsune getting closer causes her stomach to twist into knots. Why the hell is he running after me anyway? Can he take a hint? The girl only ran because she thought the doofus wouldn't be stupid enough to follow after her. Clearly, she doesn't want to be around him. The smart thing to do would have been to back the F off. Now, not only does she not want the embarrassment of explaining why she started to run in the first place, but she also doesn't want to hear Gaki's painfully bad chat-up lines and jokes. She needs to hide, and quick. The only problem is where.
Cutie?
Gaki's chest rises and falls rapidly as he peeks around the wall, the clop of his shoes drawing further into the alley. His sing-song voice as he calls the Gumiho's name only sends shivers down her spine.
Come out, wherever you are!
The boy stops just in front of the fence, where there's a row of trash cans piled on top of each other. He raises his nose in the air and sniffs around the alley. It stinks of old bones and fish, but beneath all of that is something sweeter.
I found you.
Gaki jumps up on top of the topsy-turvy tower of trash cans and climbs over the fence, noticing a scrap of her outfit ripped off and dangling from the barbs. He looks down at the alley once more before leaping over the fence to chase after her. 10 minutes later, Jules jumps down from the ledge of a nearby window. You didn't actually think she was hiding in those rotten trash cans now, did you? I'd better hurry back before he gets there. Gunshot, gunshot. That just sucks. I hate that I'm just dying and that's a shitey ending. Yeah, okay, what happens if I burn the door down? Fire rests on the palm of her hand. With her mind completely made up, she slams into the door, instantly burning a hole right through. What Jules hadn't considered, though, is what it will take to stop the flames. The door continues to burn, smoke starting to fill the hallway. The fireballs bounce around the room, leaving a path of small fires that quickly engulf the room, destroying everything inside. What have I done? Jules stands at the doorframe, questioning her own sanity in the same way many have in the past. She tries to track her ultimate downfall to one key event in her past. One event that will explain why she's messed up everything she's ever worked on. Sadly, the auditor will never find her answers.
What's going on here?
Jules spins around and looks down the grand staircase at the three pairs of eyes staring up at her, none of which are looking at her the same way they once did. Kali's eyes are filled with fright and a strange amount of concern for the fox girl. Celios has the most twisted look of irritation and anger. Finally, there's Anzu, who can't even manage to maintain her usual cool, teasing air of trickery. Her elegant face is ugly from her outrage.
You...
Anzu shoves Jules out of the way and stares into the burning pit that was once her bedroom.
Why would you do this? Do you hate us all this much?
I never thought... Celios cuts the girl off with a bitter sneer.
It can't be helped. It's simply in her kind's blood.
Whoa, racist? What's that supposed to mean? Every ounce of the Gumiho's pride comes up like a paper shield, protecting her from nothing whatsoever and showing just how weak she is.
Misfortune follows a fox like a bad smell. I shouldn't have expected you to be any different. I was foolish.
Wow. Take that back.
I won't. It is merely the truth.
No, it's not. It's...
Be quiet!
Oh my god. Anzu feels her mind begin to unravel. Her screams may be able to stop other voices, but they cannot stop the flames. Her trinkets, her clothes, the portrait of a man she never speaks about, all of them are burning before her very eyes.
I'll ruin you, Fox! I'll destroy you!
Anzu's hand pierces through Jules' body, a magenta cloud seeping out of her eyes like smoky tears. Ah, I'm dead now. All the distress drains from the governess's features. She looks almost apologetic, but only for the briefest of moments. The furious woman grips the fox girl's entrails between her taloned fingers and drags them out. Great. Sorry. The girl crumples forward. All traces of emotion completely vanish from the governess's face.
Is she...
Anzu wipes her bloody hand across her clothes and turns her back to the fox.
She's...
Kali steps towards Jules, but a hand blocks her path.
She betrayed us. After all we have done to survive, she wanted to destroy it all.
Then she deserved to die.
Exactly.
The governess looks down at Jules with a hard frown, but says nothing more. Holding Kali close, she guides the distressed creature away from the scene.
Celios, come. Let her and this place burn together. It will get rid of all the evidence. Whatever sins are left within her traitorous body shall be purged by the flames.
What the hell?
Yes, my governess.
Celios starts to follow after the woman when a hand suddenly grips his shoe. Celios. The vampire yanks his foot away and slams it down on her hand. Jules screams, but he doesn't stop, instead grinding her hand beneath his foot. What the hell? Celios continues to grind the Gumiho's hand beneath his feet, releasing a sweet aroma into the air. A greedy thought comes to his mind, but it's abruptly interrupted.
Celios, do not linger.
As you command. Coming, my governess.
Jules is all alone now. Nothing except pain is left within her, and soon, even that leaves. Eventually, the flames take her, burning away the last traces of the hell's one and only two-tailed Gumiho. Incredible. Incredible. There's literally nothing I could have done different. I don't understand. I don't understand.
Is that all I get?
Okay, you know what? This is where I ended up. Or this is where I started. Let's see. Alright, still the same. 2.5 Anzu, 2 Kali, 2 Celios, 1 Gaki. Well, I would have liked to continue playing this game, but I don't think that's going to happen for me, because I've tried all of these different routes, and none of them are being fruitful. They are all ending in death for me. So, that's fine. I just wanted to like Celios, and I wanted him to like me. That's not in the cards, apparently. So, alright. Thank you so much for playing. I hope you had fun, because I definitely did. Please like and subscribe. It would mean so much to me. And I will see you later.